So when you think about adapting The Lord of the Rings, your mind probably jumps straight to the epic battles, right? The harrowing journeys. But today, we're going to focus on something a little different. We're diving into one of the quietest and honestly one of the most challenging chapters to bring to the screen, Many Meetings. And as we're about to see, this one chapter became a real benchmark for what makes an adaptation truly great.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? Why is a chapter with absolutely no conflict, no chase scenes, no bad guys, why is that so difficult to get right on film? This is where filmmakers really get tested on that old show-don't-tell rule. And the answer, well, it tells us a lot about what makes any good adaptation really sing.
Okay, so let's set the scene here. Frodo Baggins has just barely survived a run-in with a Nazgul blade. I mean, it was a close one. And he wakes up not in some dark, scary place, but in the peaceful, almost magical sanctuary of Rivendell. It's just this moment of pure, total relief.
What's so interesting is that Tolkien, he deliberately hits the pause button on the entire plot. The whole focus shifts to recovery and reunions. It's all about healing, feeling grateful, and reconnecting with old friends before the real, world-changing quest kicks off. It's like taking a deep breath before a huge plunge.
Now, to be fair to the movies, we first have to really understand what this chapter was trying to do in the book. Its purpose wasn't just to get the characters from point A to point B. No, it was doing something much more subtle, much more important. And it's something that really puts a filmmaker's skills to the test.
You can really boil the chapter's job down to these 4 pillars. It's about recovery, both physical and emotional. It's about reunions, strengthening those relationships. It's about establishing Rivendell as a true, tranquil sanctuary. And of course, it's that crucial pause right before all the danger. So this is going to be our checklist for judging the adaptations.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. The main goal is emotional. It's about grounding the characters and us, the audience, and reminding everyone what they're actually fighting for before they head out into the darkness. It's all about the relationships.
All right, let's get to the movies. We've got 2 main attempts to put this on screen. Ralph Bakshi's animated film from 1978 and, of course, Peter Jackson's live-action epic from 2001. Both of them tried to capture the magic of Rivendell, but, as we're about to see, they ended up with wildly different results.
First up, Ralph Bakshi's animated version from '78. Now, it was an ambitious movie, and it has its fans, but I think most people would agree it really struggled to get the depth of this chapter right. It was so focused on pushing the plot forward that it pretty much sacrificed the chapter's emotional soul.
And this one word, lifeless, it really gets to the heart of the problem. Bakshi's Rivendell just felt cold, almost sterile. It completely missed that magical warmth that's so key to making it feel like a sanctuary. And look, if the place itself doesn't feel safe and healing, the whole emotional foundation of the chapter just crumbles.
Now let's flip over to Peter Jackson's 2001 film, and the difference is just night and day. Even though Jackson had to condense a lot for time, he absolutely nailed the emotional essence of Many Meetings. He clearly understood what this quiet chapter was really all about.
I mean, just look at how it's described. Jackson's Rivendell is basically a direct visual translation of Tolkien's words. It feels like a place of healing. You've got the light, the sound of the waterfalls, the amazing architecture. It all works together to create this real, tangible sense of peace that you know Frodo desperately needs.
But hey, a beautiful set is only half the job, right? The real heart of Many Meetings is in the character interactions, the reunions. And this, right here, is where the difference between the 2 films becomes incredibly clear.
This table just lays it all out. I mean, look at the reunion with Gandalf, glossed over in one film, brimming with warmth in the other. And the handling of Bilbo is even more telling. He's not even in Bakshi's version of this scene, but in Jackson's, it's a total standout moment.
So, let's break that down a little. Bakshi's approach was all about speed. Just get to the next plot point as fast as possible. And in doing that, he stripped these moments of any real emotional weight. Jackson, on the other hand, he let these scenes breathe. He knew that seeing Frodo and Gandalf reunite with that warmth and humor is exactly what makes us care about their journey.
And that reunion with Bilbo in Jackson's film is just the perfect example. It's not just a happy little moment. It's also kind of sad. Ian Holm's performance is incredible. He gives us this endearing old friend who is also so clearly and deeply haunted by the ring. It's complex, it's emotional, and it's a perfect tribute to the book. So this all brings us to the final verdict, right? Jackson's version of many meetings is seen as a masterpiece because he understood that these quiet character moments, they aren't filler, they're the whole point. They are the ultimate test of a storyteller's confidence in their own material and in their audience.
Jackson pulled it off by sticking to these 3 core ideas. 1. He emphasized emotional depth over just rushing the plot. 2. He grounded the characters, reminding us of their friendships and how vulnerable they are. And 3, most importantly, he honored the book's main theme, that even in a world full of danger, you have to make room for healing and peace and connection.
And that is the absolute key takeaway. These quiet moments are what build the emotional stakes. By showing us the peace and friendship that Frodo is fighting to protect, his dangerous journey suddenly means so much more. It gives us a real reason to be invested, beyond just wanting to see a magic ring get thrown into a volcano. And that right there is what separates adaptation as a craft from adaptation as an art.
So that kind of leaves us with a question. Getting a quiet chapter right is one of the hardest things a filmmaker can do. What are some other quiet, introspective moments from books that you think were just captured perfectly on screen? I'd really love to hear your thoughts because, it's those scenes that often separate a pretty good adaptation from a truly great one.